So, I'm making a video about depression and suicide and bullying because apparently I have a lot of different views than other people. First off, I deal with depression. You may not think so, other people don't. A lot of people don't know that I've been through half the shit that I've been through with depression and had nothing to do with bullying. I really was not bullied as a kid in elementary school a little bit, but it didn't really affect me. In middle school, I dealt a lot with seeing my friends get bullied, and I always stood up for them because that's how I am. It's like, don't screw with my friend or you're going to answer to me. And I know I was fighting their battles for them, and that's not the best thing to do all the time, but I was young and stupid. But, I mean, I had some kid in 8th grade make fun of my friend because of body hair. And so I turned around and I looked at him and I said, I shave my arms now, but I was like, I have a lot of hair too. I'm Italian. Like, I'm not ashamed of it. He goes, oh my God, you look like Chewbacca. I'm like, really? Because I am completely okay with me having a lot of arm hair. And he just shut up. It's like if you give them if you're being bullied and you give your bully a reaction, like a good one, like, "Oh my God, why would you say that to me? Oh my God," and you flip out, they're totally gonna bully you more because that's what they want from you. If you're like, "All right, I don't care," they are gonna give up because they're not getting what they want out of you. Half the time, bullies bully because they're either like they just want to fit in, which I know that for a fact because I've talked to someone that was previously a bully and they knew that they were doing it to fit in and make other people laugh. But when it comes down to it, it's like you don't realize what you're doing to that person. Like, I've seen how it affects people, and some people don't know how to cope with it. Like, I mean, I can't say much because I wasn't bullied and I don't know how it feels, but it's like you have to learn to like be stronger than them and realize that they obviously have something going on inside that they need to pick on you. A lot of bullies bully people and make fun of people for the things that they don't like in themselves. Like like especially girls are so bad with this. Every girl that calls a girl a slut, like I've done it myself. Like it's like sluts are calling sluts sluts. Like that's just how it is. Like sluts thrown around like it's nothing now, and like a slut doesn't mean you have a lot of boyfriends. It's called you have a lot of sex with different people. Like, that's really what a slut is. Like, you have no morals, you don't respect yourself, that's a slut. Not some girl who has a lot of boyfriend and you're in friggin' 6th grade. Like, that's not a slut, sorry. And it's like everyone's a hypocrite about something. I mean, I'm a hypocrite sometimes. I know everyone else that's a hypocrite with something. It's like everyone's a hypocrite. I really don't care. But it's like when you're really trying to prove a point and you totally contradict yourself, that's when it pisses me off. But going back to what I was talking about, a lot of kids feel like they don't have hope. And if you're like, I saw a video, well, I'll say a couple months ago. I was going to make a video then, but I didn't. Of a girl, I don't know her personally, but I know someone that does know her. And she made a video pretty much telling people that she cuts herself and put it on Facebook. And I'm sitting here thinking, what the hell is she doing? I have, I don't, like, I'm not making fun of her because she cuts herself. That's a horrible thing to do. I've dealt with it. Like, I know what it's like, but you don't go and tell Facebook. Like, you are screaming for attention. And the more attention that you give that person that cuts themselves, the more they're going to cut themselves. So, like, that's especially girls, because girls are like attention, and I'm a girl, I know. The more attention you give them, the more they're going to do it. And, like, my mom put me in therapy. I didn't want it to work. So, at first, it didn't work. Summer came by, I was out of school, I was so happy. Like, happier than ever, just because I didn't have to deal with people in school and just seeing people I didn't like and whatever. And didn't like them for I don't know what reason. But summer was good, went back to school, and I got depressed again. It's like just seeing certain people just made me really angry for some reason. And like pressure of getting good grades and everything just like weighed on me, and I just hated high school. But like I went to a new therapist and she like gave me what the fuck? Hold on, my computer's locked. She gave me homework. Did I like that homework? No, I didn't. I had to write down my feelings and all that crap, and it was horrible. And it's like I just wanted someone to talk to, and this lady was actually making me think about my feelings and why I was feeling that way. And it worked. It really did. When you really think about why you're feeling a certain way, if you just stop a few times during the day and just evaluate how you're feeling and why you're feeling that way, you become a lot more in tune with yourself and who you are and what like ticks you off and what gets you going, whatever. So that really worked for me until I started dating someone and it wasn't a good relationship, and everyone kept telling me it wasn't a good relationship, but I just wanted it to work so bad that I didn't listen to my counselor, I didn't listen to my mom, and I just kept doing what I was doing until it just came to a huge head and blew up. So I see my senior year, a guy came to my school to talk about how his son committed suicide from bullying. I sat behind a couple assholes who were laughing the whole time, and I'm crying because it just, like, that stuff just makes me cry. And I was sitting next to my friend who was bullied for a long time, and she was crying, and it just, like, was a huge crying fest. And I was telling those kids behind me to shut up. And I realized then that this wasn't going to make anyone stop. No one, like, kids my age, well, we're not really kids anymore, I'm pretty much an adult now, but kids my cousin's age, I should say, like in high school, middle school, like, they're not going to relate to a parent who lost a child. Because, hello, well, I shouldn't say that. Most of us don't have children. I know there's a lot of teenagers out there that have children now, so I'm sorry if I offended you. But most of us don't have children, and we don't realize what it's like to lose a child, and will not until that day comes that we have children and feel that love for our children. And I just think that there needs to be someone, don't know who, just kids around who want to volunteer to talk to kids in big assemblies, just like we had with that guy, and tell them that I went through depression, I was bullied, all that stuff, and I got through it. Because if kids are seeing success stories, they have hope that they will be one. Like, kids don't realize that when you're dead, you're dead. And especially with social media and everything today, the kids that do commit suicide are completely glorified on Facebook. And, like, I'm not saying that's a bad thing. Yeah, rest in peace, whatever. But, like, you're giving kids all the more reason to kill themselves. Because they know that when they're gone, even though they won't see it because they're dead, there's going to be a lot of people talking about them, and they'll have their own Facebook page, and, like, that's so cool, I guess, to them, or I don't know. That's just how I feel about it. I feel like it's completely glorified to commit suicide now, and the suicide rate in teenagers is a lot higher than when I was a teenager, and a lot of kids that bullied were, like, let go, like, wasn't a big deal, didn't get in much trouble. Now it's like you're freaking getting arrested and everything, and like, kids are a lot brutaler now, but it's because kids are fucking killing themselves. You don't need to kill yourself. You really don't. Like, I'm 19 years old and I don't know what the real world's like. Like, I just got out of community college for a semester and I'm working, and it's like, you're 16 and you think you got it all figured out. I'm 19. I'm going to be 20 in like half a year. And I still don't know what it's like. I still live at home with my parents. I pay my car payment and I pay my phone bill. And that's it. I don't have to pay for food. I get pretty much clothed. I buy some of my own clothes, but my parents pretty much help clothe me. All that stuff. I sleep in a bed that my parents paid for. I don't have to pay for electricity. I don't have to pay for water. I don't have to pay for heat. I get that all for free. And one day I will not. So, yeah, it's hard going through not being able to, like, find yourself or whatever. And you're kind of depressed. And you don't think it's worth it. Believe me, I know, because I've been there and still struggle with the fact that sometimes I just want to give up and say it's just not worth living anymore because life is hard. But that's the fun of it, honestly. Like, my computer freaking logged off again. Life is supposed to be hard because if you don't have sadness, then you don't know what happiness is. And if you don't struggle, you don't know what it's like to live comfortably and really appreciate things. So that's just my rant for today. Bye.